Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
So it's pretty muggy outside, and yes, there is a chance for showers and storms. Meteorologist Brandon Roos tracking it all for you. We'll check in with him coming up in just a little bit. Plus, the Select Committee to investigate the January 6th deadly insurrection holds its first hearing. So we'll take you to Capitol Hill. Priya?
Then Buren Township Police investigating a double homicide. What we know about the victims.
But we do want to begin with breaking news here in the fight against COVID-19. The CDC is expected to backtrack on its guidance and recommend that vaccinated people wear masks indoors in areas with high transmission rates. This is a complete reversal for the guidance that was issued just 2 months ago by that agency that vaccinated people do not need to wear masks indoors. So a lot of questions here. The change follows reports of rising breakthrough infections with the Delta variant of the virus in people who are fully vaccinated. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky is expected to announce the decision at a briefing this afternoon. So we're going to keep you posted on that and hopefully get some answers to the many confusing questions that we have now. Also breaking, the man accused in a deadly shooting spree at several Atlanta spas pleads guilty to murder charges. Prosecutors say Robert Aaron Long shot and killed 8 people back on March 16th. 6 of the victims were women of Asian descent. And as part of a plea deal, prosecutors recommend Long be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He still faces 4 counts of murder in another county where the prosecutor is seeking the death penalty. Developing right now, police are investigating the deaths of a woman and her daughter in Van Buren Township. Local 4's Priya Mann has a look at what we're learning.
A family member made the horrifying discovery this weekend. A mom and her teen daughter were found dead inside their home.
We've been in the house all weekend. We heard nothing, so we don't know. We were just shocked that this happening. It's crazy.
Then Buren Township Police were called to the Belleville Point apartment complex on Lake Villa Drive late Sunday evening. The 45-year-old woman's body was found in the kitchen, her 14-year-old daughter in another room. Both had suffered multiple injuries and were stabbed to death. The Michigan State Police Forensic Unit is assisting in the investigation. Loved ones became concerned when they hadn't heard from the pair for a few days. The victim's cousin went to check on them Sunday and discovered the bodies. Neighbors say they had last seen the pair on Thursday.
This has never happened. I've been here for 7 years. It was shocking, very shocking. And I'm like, oh my God, what else could happen? You know, I come home late sometimes, and it is pretty quiet over here, but things happen. So I don't care where you at, it's gonna happen. So yeah, that's very devastating.
And we are waiting for more information from police about whether they have a possible suspect or someone in custody. We'll have much more tonight at 5. In Belleville, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Priya, thank you. The Select Committee to investigate the January 6th insurrection held its first hearing, and of the 9-person panel, there are 2 Republicans, Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger and Wyoming's Liz Cheney. Cheney spoke at the hearing today.
We must know what happened here at the Capitol. We must also know what happened every minute of that day in the White House. Every phone call, every conversation, every meeting leading up to, during, and after the attack. Honorable men and women have an obligation to step forward. If those responsible are not held accountable, and if Congress does not act responsibly, this will remain a cancer on our constitutional republic, undermining the peaceful transfer of power at the heart of our democratic system. We will face the threat of more violence in the months to come and another January 6th every 4 years. When a threat to our constitutional order arises, as it has here, we are obligated to rise above politics. This investigation must be nonpartisan.
Now, after Cheney spoke, the committee heard from members of the U.S. Capitol Police and Washington, D.C.'s police force.
What makes the struggle harder and more painful is to know so many of my fellow citizens, including so many of the people I put my life at risk to defend, are downplaying or outright denying what happened. I feel like I went to hell and back to protect them and the people in this room. But too many are now telling me that hell doesn't exist, or that hell actually wasn't that bad. The indifference shown to my colleagues is disgraceful.
And you can understand his emotion. So far, more than 500 people across the country have been arrested for crimes related to the Capitol attack. The Biden administration drafts a plan to speed up asylum approval and deportation as the number of migrants at the southern border surges to the highest level in 2 decades. The administration will release a 21-point plan today, giving asylum officers full authority to rule asylum claims for migrants crossing the border and allowing asylum seekers to bypass immigration courts, which have a backlog of more than 1.2 million cases. Migrants who do not claim asylum will also be deported more quickly. The White House did not say when it will implement the changes to its border policy. The cleanup continues in parts of Metro Detroit after 3 tornadoes hit Saturday night. Today, Macomb County Executive Mark Hackel toured the damage in Armada, where an EF1 tornado battered neighborhoods. The tornado was on the ground for about 14 minutes, and as you can see here, it destroyed homes and businesses, uprooted trees. Fortunately, there were no deaths reported. DTE crews are working to restore power in the area there on site. Hackel says that his focus is now on rebuilding and repairing the community. Of course, we want to give you an update on our forecast today. That was a few days ago as they're still dealing with the cleanup there. But right now, a beautiful view from our sky cam here in Detroit. Let's turn things over to meteorologist Buren for a look at what we can expect today.
Well, the next 48 hours, Evrod, we do have some storm chances, and some of those could be on the strong side. We're getting some nice hazy sunshine out there, and temps will likely boost here and there. I mean, we'll get 3-4 degree boosts, and then a little wave of clouds will sort of steady things. But we're hovering right around 80 with a heat index a degree or 2 warmer, so there's a little more humidity in the air. And through the afternoon and evening, storm prediction has us in a marginal risk, everybody except south zone, and that marginal risk just means 1 or 2 storms that will be on the stronger side. So most of us don't get a whole lot or get a whole lot of nothing. 88 degrees for most of us, again, feeling every bit of 90 through the later afternoon, and isolated storms not exclusively to the north zone, but that's where most of the activity will likely be and has been. 68 degrees overnight tonight, and tomorrow middle 80s, another severe threat, but it's going to be late, I think even well after dinner time, and could even be after midnight. So 85 with sun and clouds through most of the day tomorrow. Here's a look at the clouds and radar, and just one little rogue shower cruising across our north zone. And other than that, we're seeing little spots in the cloud cover where we're getting some breaks, and we're going to see temperatures warming. But we do have this front still to push through. It's not a strong front, but a front nonetheless that could spawn some stronger storms. Now tomorrow, this is more of a Wednesday night, early Thursday severe risk for Wednesday, and we're thinking parts of our west zone, a slight risk, just a slightly better risk, and maybe a handful of storms on the stronger side. Again, this will be at a poorly timed out. Severe threat comes probably late after midnight. A lot of folks are sleeping, and we always hate that. And then also some thunderstorms that could bring some flooding early Thursday. But here's the model data, and you can see through the afternoon up north and maybe into the early evening that we get a little bit more spread on the coverage here, but not a numbers thing. It's just 1 or 2 of these flaring up. Tomorrow you can see it's mostly dry, but as we head into early Thursday, this is the flooding concern here. You can see Thursday morning will be on the wet side, and again, some of those storms could be on the stronger side. But through the afternoon Thursday, we're going to dry things out nicely. And Friday, Saturday, Evrod, mainly in the 70s. A little weak disturbance brings another rain chance late Saturday, early Sunday, but most of our weekend dry.
All righty. Brennan, thank you. We do want to talk Olympics for you right now. Some sad news and shocking news to report, in fact. World champion gymnast Simone Biles has officially withdrawn from the women's team gymnastics event at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. The USA gymnastics team says that Biles withdrew due to a medical issue. This comes after her vault performance where she slipped and scored her lowest Olympic vault score. Biles, however, says that she stepped down from the competition to focus on her mental health. It's unclear she'll compete in future competitions, but we certainly do wish her well. Meanwhile, the competition is heating up at the Olympics. Team USA now has 25 total medals. 9 of them are gold, 8 are silver, and 8 are bronze. And that puts them at second place for gold medals. Japan taking the lead with 18 medals, including 10 that are gold. And China is in third place with 21 medals. 9 of them are gold. Russia following with 18 medals. And then Great Britain has 13. And we do want to give you a look at our on-air lineup for tonight at 7 o'clock. Jeopardy is on, followed by our Olympic Zone special and primetime Olympic coverage. And then Local 4 News is going to be airing at 11:30, so make sure you stay up late with us for that. And that does it for us this special online edition of Local 4 News at noon. Remember, we are always online right here, clickondetroit.com 24/7, and we'll see you later today. Have a great day, everybody.